So this infill program will allow us to extend that reserve by reclassifying some of the inferred material into the measured indicated and give us a longer mine life, pushing out hopefully to something up to 20 years. And that work will be completed under the current plan by the end of September.
Hello and welcome back to the Proactive Studio. I'm Tyler Tully, and joining me today is Element 25 Managing Director Justin Brown to talk us through drilling at its Butcherbird Manganese project in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. Justin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tyler. Nice to be here.
You've successfully completed resource infill drilling at Butcherbird. Can you talk us through what you saw and what the results are?
Yeah, sure. So we flagged a couple of months ago that we were undertaking an infill drill program at the Butcherbird resource as part of our development plan to expand production at the site to 1.1 million tonnes of manganese concentrate per year. The infill drilling basically was targeting inferred areas of the existing resource to provide better continuity of data so that we could upgrade the inferred categories to measured and indicated, which would then form the basis of a increased reserve and therefore longer mine life. And I guess in short, the results were as expected. We actually got some interesting high-grade areas that we'll have to do some more analysis on, but broadly speaking, continuity, thickness, widths of the mineralization were as expected. Nothing particularly surprising geologically, as befits the predictable nature of the Butcherbird ore body. So all in all, we're very satisfied with the outcome, and that data now will be used to develop that revised resource and reserve model.
Yeah, as you've said, you're working to revise and upgrade your 260 million tonne resource at Butcherbird. When can we expect this?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, just to add a little bit of clarification to that. So as investors would know, the feasibility study published in January looked at the reserve based around the measured indicated resources that we had defined at that point, which gave us a 7.2-year reserve, which the feasibility study was based on. So all the financials are basically linked to that relatively short-ish mine life in the context of a large resource like Butcherbird. So this infill program will allow us to extend that reserve by reclassifying some of the inferred material into the measured indicated and give us a longer mine life, pushing out hopefully to something up to 20 years. And that work will be completed under the current plan by the end of September. And that's a key part of our project financing strategy, which will then roll into project execution. So yeah, a key step in the journey.
So what are the next steps for the company?
Yeah, so in parallel with that, we've obviously got some pretty active sort of team members on the engineering side. So detailed engineering is progressing well. Early procurement has started, and we would expect to start placing orders on long lead items soon. And that's in line with our current project schedule that will see us commissioning the new plant in the first half of 2025. So all of that, still a lot of work to be done, but a lot of activity underway and moving towards that goal. In parallel with that, obviously, we're looking to complete the funding solution. As your listeners would know, we completed a strategic assessment phase with NAIF, the North Australia Infrastructure Facility, some months ago. We're working through technical due diligence with them now, and hopefully we'll be able to bring some confirmation of the funding strategy for the Butcherbird expansion in the next month or so. And of course, in the background, we're still developing our Louisiana high purity manganese sulfate facility in partnership with General Motors and Stellantis, which will take the ore from the Butcherbird mine and convert it into high purity manganese sulfate monohydrate, which is a key electric vehicle battery raw material. And that's obviously a very topical space right now, and demand is expected to grow significantly as the world electrifies. So we're very proud to be part of that journey as well.
Sounds like a lot of news flow investors can look forward to. Justin, thanks so much for your time today.
A pleasure, Tyler. Yes, we're very busy, so watch this space. Thank you.